This week on Midwest Outdoors, we're bow hunting in South Dakota. Adam Fugett is in Southern Illinois for second gun season, and Mickey Johnson has some delicious ways to prepare wild game. You're watching Midwest Outdoors. Since 1967, helping you enjoy the outdoors. Sponsored in part by Rapala, Abu Garcia, Wildlife Research Center, Huntworth Gear, and Flow Fast Fuel Transfer Systems.
Johnny Richmond out here doing a little archery hunting. We're October 30th. We got the little pre-rut going with the deer here. We got a beautiful fall afternoon. We're gonna go get in a tree and see if we can't get something done. Got a good scrape here. Definitely got some buck activity in the area. We're out here getting ready to put some scent out. Hopefully some bucks come through, catch the scent, and give us a good shot. Well, we've been in a tree about an hour. A lot of deer activity. Just had a buck chasing 3 does come right underneath the stand. So the rut is definitely starting. Hopefully we can get the right one to come walking by us here, because they're definitely starting that rut chase. So we just need the right deer to come by. After reviewing the footage a little bit, looks like my shot might have been a little back. So we're gonna give him some time let him expire hopefully here, and we're gonna go back and check in with Lori at the Huron Chamber and Visitors Bureau and see what's cracking back in town.
Hi, I'm Lori Shelton with the Huron Chamber and Visitors Bureau, and would like to welcome you to Huron, South Dakota. We are a great hunting destination. Our outdoor experience is second to none. Check us out for great pheasant hunting, deer hunting, and also some waterfowl hunting. Huron has great pet-friendly hotels, lodges of all sorts, along with great dining experiences. Check us out at hunthuronsd.com.
We're back here this morning. After looking at the footage last night, we decided the shot was maybe a little back, so we decided to pull out last night. We're gonna go out this morning here. We got a nice brisk morning, but hopefully we go out here and get a good recovery. Hopefully he didn't go very far down the trees here, and we find him tipped over. Right here, got him. He didn't go but 75 yards from the stand. Perfect. Here he is. Got our hands on him. Good South Dakota buck right here. Had a great hunt. Seen a lot of deer activity, a lot of deer movement. Luckily, we were lucky enough to have a nice one walk by, and we got a good shot on him. But it was a great day in the woods yesterday with a lot of activity, and we did get the job done, so things were great. Well, for everyone here in Huron, I'm Johnny Richmond. There's more to come here with Midwest Outdoors.
Hey folks, I'm Fugett. We're here with Midwest Outdoors. We're in Southern Illinois. It's the second firearm season. Temps have been dropping all week. Deer have already been moving. So it looks like we're gonna be in for a pretty good set. This piece of property's overran with does. Hopefully get take a couple out and fill the freezer.
So our land's a 40-acre block of timber that's connected to some continuous woods down to the southeast. We're set up on the downwind side of this 3 to 4 acre food plot that we've been working on for the past few years. We'll try to get in here during the off season, do some hinge cutting, really open up the canopy, try to get as much sunlight to the ground as we can to help promote some good undergrowth for the deer. The does like this area. They'll come in, they can bed, they have browse all season. Where our stand's positioned during the rut, the bucks can travel between us and the thicket, and they're able to wind check that entire bedding area for any hot does. They can do that without ever stepping foot into the actual thicket.
Sounds like they found a cut pile or two.
I just want to take a quick second to talk to you about Scent Killer. It's a great product. I've been using it for years. One of the advantages is you can pre-treat your hunting clothing with it, store it in a scent-free container, and it'll last up to 20 days. Personally, I like to use it, again, when I get to the woods, get all my hunting clothing on, I spray down real well, and I'll even use it again once I get into the tree if I work up a little bit of a sweat.
bad. Hang on. Get ready. Go ahead. Yeah. Go. I feel like I made a real good shot on her. I'm pretty sure we heard her pile up back there. Glad we were able to get in here and harvest the doe. Between our hunts and trail cam photos, we've been seeing a lot of does showing up, so we knew we needed to get in here and do some doe management. So,
Got white belly right there. She's down. All right. All right. It's a nice mature doe. Clean shot. I was lucky to get in here and be able to take this big doe tonight. My dad was lucky enough to harvest our #1 hit list buck last night. So our plans changed today and we turned to doe management. So he took a doe this morning. I was able to get one tonight. That's good for the property. Helps even out the herd a little bit. So now the fun part, get to dragging and getting her ready to take home.
Hi, I'm Todd Amenrud with Wildlife Research Center, and I'd like to tell you about a few new products for this hunting season. Scent Killer Gold Autumn Formula Dryer Sheets. This will help prevent buildup from attracting lint and hair, which cause odors. It has the subtle scent of the forest floor. These can also be used in a tote or a clothes bag to give it that little added scent of a forest floor. And they actually work like normal dryer sheets too, and they soften your clothing. Scent Killer Gold heavy-duty washcloths. These heavy-duty, single-use washcloths are made with a special anti-odor formula enriched with both vitamin E and aloe. They're over 2.5 times thicker than our regular field wipes, so they shouldn't be flushed. But they're perfect for deodorizing before or after a hunt when a shower or running water aren't available. They're great for hunting, fishing, camping, backpacking, or wherever you're in remote areas. Our new expanded line of premium scents into our popular pressurized cans. These 3-ounce cans come with a high output sprayer, and inside is a bag that separates the scent from the propellant, which separates us from our competitors, where their aerosols are diluted with the scent and the propellant mixed in together, which can contaminate the scent. One of my favorite ways to use an aerosol like this is to purposefully go upwind of an area where I know bucks are bedded and just spurts this along as I walk upwind. I don't want to stay there because I don't want them to smell me too. And then when they catch this in the breeze, that nose starts working, and hopefully we'll get them to follow that right out to me. You know Wildlife Research Center for making a host of products that can help you bag bucks. For information on these and all other Wildlife Research Center products, go to wildlife.com.
Hi folks, we're here again doing some cooking. Do a little thing here at beautiful Rice Creek Hunting Preserve, and we're doing this for Midwest Outdoors. Try and give you some simple ideas of things to add additional flavor. And I'm preparing an hors d'oeuvre, a pheasant hors d'oeuvre. It's a blackened pheasant. I'm trying to do it so that it's simple for anybody to do. I've already got melting in the pan here and heating up the pan with some hot butter. I'll use just a commercial blackening spice, a couple pheasant breasts that I've diced up. I add roughly about 1/4 cup
Stir it around so you kind of mix it up, and then you add the meat. This doesn't take very long. You're moving it around, spreading it out. You could do this on grouse. You could do this on like sharptail. It's starting to get to a nice golden brown, a little bit almost close to a burnt butter on the outside. And don't be afraid of that burnt butter because that adds a little bit of nuttiness to it. Take it over to the serving plate. Put it onto the plate. A little bit of fresh chives over the top. This is a honey mustard dressing, just a plain dressing. And then the other one is a ranch dressing. Now this is venison that I'm using for this venison stroganoff, but you can easily use either moose, caribou, elk, or bear. Add this into your hot pan. Get it moving around, spread it out. The biggest problem that most people have with wild game is they overcook it. And a lot of times if you overcook it, that's what toughens it up, and that's what takes away a little bit of the flavor. Now, if you're using a gamier meat, like this is mule deer, and mule deer is a little bit gamier than most of the regular venison, depending on what they've been feeding on. If you're in the western part of the United States and you've been harvesting mule deer that have been feeding off of sage, a lot stronger in taste and flavor. The best thing you can do is to cube it up, same way I did, put it in buttermilk overnight, then take it out of the buttermilk, rinse it all off, pat it dry. If you're using, say your mule deer or your regular venison came off of wheat fields or cornfields or grasses, then you shouldn't have anywhere near that issue. Okay, I like to take the meat out along with the vegetables, because what I'll do here is I'll make the sauce separate. Part of the reason is I don't want to overcook that meat, because that meat, even as it sits there, keeps on cooking. Now, I add golden cream of mushroom, and then I add sour cream. So I'm making my sauce based on those two things before I add back in, because this gives this a chance to warm up and heat up. We'll add back in everything else. I'll try to keep as little of the fats or oils on the plate. We don't necessarily need that in the sauce. And all we're doing right now is letting it warm through, and it'll permeate, the sauce will permeate some of the meat and the vegetables. Okay, I like to take my noodles, place them on a serving pan or tray, then take my sauce and pour it over the top of the noodles. Make sure you get all that good rich sauce off of there. And then as a finishing note, I like to take a little bit of the smoky Spanish paprika, just as a little flavor hint on top and for color. Now, having done that, then a little bit of chives for presentation's sake as well. This is my version of a wild stroganoff using venison. This is Mickey Johnson for Rice Creek Gundog Kennels and Midwest Outdoors. Thanks much.
Let me show you a cool invention that came, I'm not going to take credit for it because I didn't invent it, but all the same, anybody can do this. So you can go to Menards or your local hardware store and you can buy a couple wooden dowels, buy some painter's cloth, and fasten these things here, and then put a couple eyeballs on here like this. What we got here is a perfectly good windbreaker. We take some bungees, we wrap it around, cinch her down. You can use this on a UTV, ATV in this case, a snowmobile, what have you. And if you're on the back side of this here, over here, you are completely out of the wind. Difference between night and day. It's an excellent way to stay out of the wind, keep your hands from getting cold and whatever, and it works perfect. I'm Jared Houston, and that's your Midwest Outdoors tip.
Hi, I'm John Munson with Bill's Gun Shop and Range, and this is my son Brandon. You know, we spend a lot of time on the range, and what we find is the more experienced people get with firearms, the more comfortable they become with firearms, the more often we see they get complacent with the simple firearm safety handling rules. So that's why today we're going to talk about the 4 principles of firearm handling. Number 1,
treat every firearm as if it is loaded.
Number 2,
never point a firearm at anything you are not willing to destroy.
Number 3,
always be sure of your target and what is behind it.
And number 4,
keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire.
If we focus on these 4 simple firearm basic handling skills, I guarantee we'll have a good time on the range.
We'll see you at the range.
Midwest Outdoors helps you enjoy the outdoors with expert articles on where to go, what to use, and how to use it. Your subscription gets you 10 big issues of the best in fishing, hunting, and the great outdoors. Sign up now at MidwestOutdoors.com/subscribe.